Title: Death of the Killer. The dense woods of Raven's Hollow were deathly silent under the pale light of the moon. Trees stood like ancient sentinels, their twisted branches forming sinister shapes against the night sky. In the heart of this foreboding forest, a cabin stood isolated, its weathered timbers barely holding together. This place had a dark history, whispered in fearful tones by the locals. It was said to be the lair of the Reaper, a killer who had claimed countless lives and vanished without a trace. Lara stumbled through the underbrush, her breath ragged and her clothes torn from the thorns that clawed at her. The storm that had driven her into the woods was now a distant roar, but her fear remained palpable. She knew the stories of the Reaper, yet desperation had led her to seek shelter in the infamous cabin. Her hands trembled as she pushed open the creaking door, stepping into the dim interior. The cabin was a tomb of horrors. The air was thick with the stench of rot, and the faint glow of a single candle revealed ghastly stains on the wooden floor. Lara's eyes darted around, searching for any sign of danger. Suddenly, a noise from behind made her spin around, her heart hammering in her chest. A shadow moved, and from it emerged the Reaper himself, his grotesque mask hiding whatever humanity he once had. He was tall and gaunt, his presence filling the room with an overwhelming sense of dread. In his hand, he held a blood-stained blade, a cruel smile barely visible beneath his mask. Lara backed away, her mind racing for a way out. The Reaper's hollow eyes bore into her, his steps slow and deliberate as he closed the distance between them. Just as he lunged, Lara threw herself to the side, grabbing the candle and hurling it at him. The flame caught the dry wood, and within moments the cabin was ablaze. The fire spread quickly, engulfing the walls and ceiling in a furious inferno. The Reaper, momentarily disoriented, stumbled backward, his foot catching on a hidden trapdoor. With a scream of rage, he fell into the dark pit below. Lara scrambled to her feet, the heat of the fire driving her toward the door. She burst out into the night, gasping for air as the cabin behind her became a roaring bonfire. The Reaper's screams echoed from within, a chilling sound that would haunt her forever. She collapsed on the wet ground, the rain mingling with her tears as she watched the flames consume the killer's lair. As dawn broke over Raven's Hollow, the fire had long since died down, leaving only smoldering ruins. Lara stood at the edge of the woods, her face pale and drawn. The nightmare was over, but the memories would linger. The Reaper was gone, his reign of terror ended by his own hand. Yet as she turned to leave, a faint whisper carried on the wind, a reminder that some evils never truly die.